Hello, everyone, and welcome to Harv's World for episode 12 of Off the Grid. It's another day at the homestead, and a lot has been going on. A whole lot has been going on. In fact, Chuck and Hugo have been amazing once again. Chuck, especially. That guy knows what he's doing. It doesn't matter what the situation. And you can see, remember that old homestead we found up in the woods? Well, Chuck was the man. He brought Hugo in, they brought some of their equipment, disassembled this silo piece by piece, brought it down, and put it in right here. How awesome is that? We've got a place to store our goods. Chuck, I'm telling you, if you're ever out in the woods, you're ever doing your thing, you ever want to get off the grid yourself, look around, find a Chuck. Be a Chuck. Someday I want to be a Chuck. Someday somebody's going to come up here and they're going to say, hey, do you know? And I'm going to say, why, yes. Because I know Chuck. And Chuck taught me everything he knew. So, we have got a working silo. And I'm working right now to get our grain collected from the storage shed over by the cabin. I have only 302 liters of wheat left, which means we need chicken feed. We're going to be running out of that pretty soon. I hope I can just dump this right in. I hope it will accept it like this. If not, well, we'll sort it out. Yeah, there it goes. No problem. No problem at all. Now, we've got a lot to get done today. We're pretty much going to be working around the homestead today. Nothing fancy. No big deal. Now, you'll see that I have got our field all prepped and ready to go, and I was thinking about, now I know I need wheat. I need to grow some wheat to keep feeding up the chickens, and actually I think barley will work just as well. Don't drop the bucket. That's what I wanted to do. I think barley will work just as well for chicken feed, so I think we're going to go with barley this time, just for something different. I do like a good barley soup, so that will work out nicely in my favor. I do have a little bit of bread stocked up, so if I don't have wheat right away, that's okay. It'll sort itself out. But one thing that I've really been craving lately, haven't had for a long time, and I'm pretty sure I can grow with the equipment that I have, is sunflowers. Who doesn't like roasted sunflower seeds? Good source of protein, fat, all that stuff that we so much love and enjoy. And it helps if you know how to operate your bucket. Stop turning the bloody lights on. Good Lord, Harv, get it together. Anyway, yeah, we're growing sunflower seeds. This main field, that's what's going in there. But what that means is we need to put in a second field. I need a second field because you saw how low I am on chicken feed. It's going to take a while for that to grow, so I need to get that in also. So today is going to be planting and making another field day. That's the plan. There we go. Which ultimately means that the farm work around here is going to increase. You know, double the field, double the fun. At some point, I might just have to recruit Hugo to come down. He's always looking to pick up some extra money. He might be willing to come down and run some equipment for me and do what I need to get the job done. We'll see. I think I've got it all handled for right now, but if I need a helper, I know Hugo would be happy to. Now, those guys did not move that silo for free, let me tell you. This has always been a lucrative deal for them. I mean, they're nice guys. They help out where they can, but moving the silo. I paid them a good chunk of change. I would say, well, I'll tell you, we agreed on 30,000. Seemed like a reasonable enough amount for all the work that was going to be entailed, and it would cost me twice that much probably to have that thing installed by a crew or whatever. But there's no crew around here. I mean, Chuck and Hugo are the crew, and it's a good thing they're willing. There we go. That's the last of those. Now we got lots more storage space opened up here, which I might need by the cabin. Now, something else that I haven't mentioned yet. Let me show you real quick. Let there be light. We have got electricity throughout the homestead now. I put in lights in the cabin. I've got lights over here in our storage unit. I've got lights over in the storage over here. There's even a light on the silo now. So we have got all the electricity we could want. All I got to do is keep feeding wood chips. I stocked that up this morning, so that won't be a problem for a couple days. And we're just going to tip these oats right in here, and then I've got something else to show you. I think you may have guessed already. There we go. Now, if you'll recall, Chuck had some interesting stuff in his barn. Very interesting stuff. And one of those things was this sweet John Deere tractor right here. Well, Chuck doesn't want to sell anything. He's not ready to let go of it. For whatever reason, it's got some sentimental value to him. He likes having that stuff, which is fine. You know, it was just a off chance that that he might be willing to part with some of it. But he did offer to let me borrow the John Deere as frequently as I want, as much as I needed. He said, you know, hang on to it for a while, with the understanding that when he's ready for it, he'll get it back. So no problem there, but at least he's letting me use it, and that's a big deal. Again, find yourself a Chuck. And I said I wanted to grow sunflowers, so our next chore for today is to get sunflowers into our, I don't know, what are we going to call this? Field A, primary field, main field, the field. But our corn planter here also does sunflower for us, which is fabulous, completely outstanding, and again, it's working like a charm. In fact, I think it works better now than it did before. Probably needed to knock some rust off of it, but it's not bouncing as much. It seems to be planting much smoother. Can't complain about that at all. Look at that bad boy go. For the most part, we've gotten pretty lucky in the equipment department. I mean, you know, it's cheap, it's old, but as I've always said, I don't need 10,000 horsepower and something that's 5 miles wide. Give me something that'll do the job. And so far, all this little equipment has been doing great for us. Got the homestead up and running. I mean, look at this. Look at all we've accomplished in a relatively short amount of time. What, it's probably been 6 months since we've come up here. And we're about to have our second field. We've got the barnyard, which is going to get it. I mean, it's empty right now, but for the most part, but we are starting to add things to it. It's going to get built up, and it's going really well. And I'll tell you what, I own a lot of property. We bought a lot of property, and you know what I see when I look out there? I see green. A lot of green, and I am not talking about the color. I'm talking about money. Every one of those trees adds to our bank account. Our tree harvesting equipment has improved. I mean, if you recall, it was a chainsaw, a skid steer loader, and a flatbed trailer that we got started with. And now we've got some real equipment to handle that with. And who knows, maybe in the future, that'll get even bigger and better and better. But for now, we've got everything we need. So let me get this field planted, and I'll see you in just a minute. And this ought to just about wrap up the seeding of the sunflowers. And the planter did so much better this time around. Absolutely so much better. Look at that. I don't know if you recall the last time, but first of all, we went through a lot less seed. I had to refill to plant the corn, but with sunflower, I didn't have to refill at all. I've still got 12 liters left in the planter. But I don't know if you recall, but last time when we planted corn, what was happening was the planter was bouncing, wasn't quite functioning well, and there were missed spots I had to go back and clear up. It did not happen this time, so I really think it just needed to get some rust knocked off of it. It is working much, much better. We will drop that there. We're going to shut this tractor down, and we're going to go try out this loaner from Chuck and see what's up. You can see just how much bigger this thing is than our little Ursus. They say nothing runs like a deer. Well, it looks like we're going to find out. Now, something that he had in that shed that I didn't see was this little plow, this subsoiler, that he loaned me also. I told him what I was trying to accomplish today, and he said he had just the tools, so this will make life a little bit easier than our little plow. And I kind of want to get a look here and see. I don't want to get too close together, but I think that's probably far enough apart, wouldn't you say? I'm going to say it is. So let's get this party started too, shall we? Oh yeah, that's gonna go so so much faster than the first field did. I think I might make it longer. Stretch it out. Just I don't want to get too close to the trees though. I do need some room to maneuver at the end. But just a little bit more. There we go. Tends to drag a little bit, wouldn't you say? Now, if I get too close to the trees, you know, thinking about it, it doesn't matter if I get too close to the trees or not, because I can always just take those trees out. I have that power. Well, yeah, this will end up being a good size field. About the same size, maybe a little bit bigger than the first field. Now on the end here, this is where I really don't want to get too close because I do need some room to work. And I don't know, wouldn't you say that about lines up? I think that'll do. This is a sweet ride though, let me tell you. I like this John Deere. Don't get me wrong, I like the little Ursus. I like it a lot. It's done a great job for us, but man, this is the power. You really feel like you're sitting on a piece of equipment on this thing. It's big and it's bad. Alright, so that would be our field demarcation. Now all we gotta do is just plow the rest of it. Laying it out's the hard part. Filling it in, no big deal. Just an issue of running up and down and round and back and forth, sideways, front ways, back ways. You know, I was just thinking, you know, why couldn't I have put fertilizer on this before I plow it out like this? But I don't think that was an option. Yeah, let me check that real quick. Is that a tree stump sitting in there? I think I'm going to have to clear a tree stump today. Oh, there's a few. Aha! Alright, well, it looks like John Deere's going to have a heyday because we've got our skid steer, and I think we're going to need to pull that out real quick just to take care of this couple little stumps. I hope they don't hurt the plow, subsoiler, whatever you want to call it. They all do the same thing, right? And that takes care of plowing the field. Look at that. It's all set up and ready to go. Now we do have some work to get done. Still, I mean, it's not just like we plow the field and it's suddenly going to grow something for us. Not by any stretch of the imagination. And I got to get those stumps out. I was not planning on that. That's my next goal then. And I don't know what I'm coming over here for. I just had to stop and think for a second. We've got to go get the other John Deere. Our beautiful, fabulous, hard-working John Deere skid steer. The John Deere that has never let us down. It's kind of hot and muggy today. By the time we get this done, I'm probably going to want to go take a dip in the lake. Good swimming in that lake, I have to tell you. I strongly recommend you try it sometime. The only drawback to the skid steer is the, well, it's not exactly zippy. Let's just drop this over here. And I've got to get this thing out of the way. I'm hanging on to the claw. Whoa. Oh, I see. There's a... oops, that weight is in the way. I don't really need this anymore, but... you never know. You know? You just never know. Haven't broken out the stump grinder in quite some time. Haven't done any logging in quite some time. I mean, I started clearing the road, and that's mostly done now. I got a little bit left to do, but you know, that's not exactly logging. That's more like mowing trees. Although not as lucrative, it is much quicker than logging them out. And sometimes fast is better. Like I said, that sea of green right there, that's all dollars in my pocket anytime I want to go pick them up. Chuck and Hugo are always looking for more wood. And if they run into a situation where they just have to have some and don't at the moment, well, I'm always around. All they got to do is let me know, and I'll log some out for them. That's part of the deal we have. Just make sure I didn't miss anything there. Nah, I think we're good. All right, that was quick and easy. Now I kind of wish I would have just brought that John Deere tractor over here, but that's okay. I will just park this up right here for now. Where's the little tractor? Yep, little tractor's over here, so I don't need the John Deere at the moment. Little tractor will do me just fine. And I'll bet if you thought about it, you'd know exactly what our next chore is. Fertilizing. I want to get a coat of fertilizer on that field before I put lime on it. But my new sunflower seed field needs fertilizing too. So I'm going to start with that. We'll just get both fields done at the same time. Well, that takes care of the fertilizing. My sunflowers are completely fertilized. Our new field has its first application of fertilizer, but you know what it needs? It needs lime. There we go. Got our lime out. And we also know just how fast this thing goes through it. So this is going to take a little doing. And end up reloading and reloading and reloading. If I can even make it down this field one time, I will be surprised. Hopefully I'm surprised. Yep, missed the edge. Alright, just touching up the last few spots on the lime. I forgot how long it takes to put lime on a field. It seems like it takes forever. Fertilizer goes on quick, but lime, man, it's just tedious. And it makes a mess out of everything. Look at our poor tractor all coated with lime. Oh, well, that's not that big of a deal. We're going to get it all done. It doesn't matter. But you know, I had so much fun driving the John Deere, I think I'm going to pull it out. For the next phase in this operation, we need to plant some barley, right? We did decide on barley. That even sounds great. It's got that low rumble to it. That's fantastic. This is one sweet ride, let me tell you. Don't let the Ursus hear me say that, though. It doesn't exactly stop on a dime, let me tell you. Alright, well, we haven't pulled out the seeder in quite some time. It's been a long time. Not the planter. I am talking about the seeder. Now, yeah, to be fair, I don't need this much tractor to run this seeder, but I don't care. I just like driving it. Okay. Well, let me make sure this is full. Because what have we have done? We've done wheat, and we have done wheat, and we have done oats. There we go. And now we're going to throw down some barley. Yep, that's the ticket, barley. The chickens will love it, and so will I. Barley soup. Alright, fire that mother up. And drop it to the ground, get a little closer to the edge, because this is not the widest piece of equipment on the plant, although it is still wider than our planter, but not by much. But again, who cares? It does what we need it to do when we need to do it. It gives us the ability to live without having to answer to anybody but ourselves. It provides us with nourishment. Yeah, it provides us with nourishment, which gives us energy, which we can convert into work. And fun sometimes. But that's what food is. It's fuel so that we can get through our day. And Mother Nature is kind enough to provide that fuel for us. As long as we're willing to use some of our energy to get done what she'd like us to get done. Like planting and fertilizing and all of that happy stuff. I might need to take that tree out. I did get awfully close there, didn't I? But for now, I'm going to get this field planted up, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Alright, so this should just about wrap up seeding our barley field. Thought we'd take a look at this tractor from inside the driver's seat. It's absolutely wonderful. It's been doing a great job. It's actually more tractor than we need for the job we're working on just at the moment, but who cares? Who bloody cares? Not I. So, the only thing we have left to do at this point is put another application of fertilizer on our brand new barley field. That's all that's left to do for today. It's taken a good part of the day. It's 2 o'clock. But that's okay. All things considered, you know, we've prepped 2 fields, we got them planted, and all of that happy stuff. Happy horse stuff. But I think our work day here is done. Well, not counting that final application of fertilizer. Where did I leave my other tractor? I've got stuff scattered all over. This is the problem with a work day on the farm sometimes. You want to get your work done, so you end up leaving stuff sitting around all over the place. There we go. It's still got lime in it. I'll have to take care of that. But yeah, been a very productive day today. Can't complain whatsoever, and I'm pretty sure that the new field is quite a bit bigger. Oh yeah, you can see it from here. See how much bigger that new field is than field A. Or field 1, we'll call it 1, and field 2. I guess you could say we dropped a deuce today. We dropped field 2. We dropped our deuce. See if I can't clean up some of this fertilizer that's sitting around here. Well, not all of it, but get rid of one thing. One thing of fertilizer. And I left some lime sitting out. That's okay. Well, maybe we're not quite ready for fertilizer yet. Maybe we're going to need to wait for that to grow just a little bit. It doesn't look like it's going to take, does it? Oh no, well, only in spots. It's real spotty. Maybe I'll just wait till that barley starts to sprout and then I'll get some fertilizer on this. But I think that's going to do it for us today. I appreciate you coming along for the ride. If you found this video entertaining, helpful, or useful, do me a favor, be a buddy, be a pal, be a friend, and click the like and subscribe buttons down below. Don't forget, there is a Discord channel. You're always welcome to drop in and chat. I'm around frequently, but not as often as I'd like. But if I am, I will be happy to talk to you about episodes or anything else you may enjoy. So, thank you again for coming along. I do appreciate everyone who watches this series. It's been actually reasonably popular. And until next time, take care.